Welcome to another episode. In the previous episode, we have seen how to define routes with chainable route handlers. In this episode, we are going to see how we can use Express.Router for modular Java REST API. So with this Express.Router, we can actually design modular Express routes so that it can be easily separated and it can be easily maintained. Let's get into implementation. Now if you look at this file is so big and this file contains all the routes. So it contains history routes, detail routes, and to-do task routes. So with Express.Router, we can easily separate these and we can easily maintain. So let's create a router folder where we can maintain all the routes. So I name that folder as routes. We can name anything else. Since we have three categories, I'm going to create the first router as todos.js, and we need to import Express. And we have a function called router on Express, so we just need to assign that router function to the variable called router. So once this is done, so in the previous file we have defined all the routes on the app variable. So in this we are going to define all the routes on router. So let's go to index.js. Let's take this get and paste it here. Now since we need to define the path as well, so let's input the first parameter path. So why we have defined only tasks, I will come back to that later. So let's define all the routes. So we have defined 4 routes, so here, so post, put, and delete. And put and delete will take the ID as a path variable. Let's add that as well. So now we have completed this file and we just need to export all these functions so that we can import these and we can use these in another file. So we just need to use module.exports as we see in the documentation. So let's go ahead and do it. Module.exports equal to router. So all we are doing here is we are exporting all these routes so that in another file we can actually import and use those. Now let's import that file. As you can see here, since we are using CommonJS module, this import function doesn't work here. So the app is crashing. So we need to use require instead of import. Let's use const todos equal to require that path. Now the app starts working again. Okay, now we have imported todos, and todos has all the routes now, so we no longer need all these todos routes here. So we are going to use app.use, which we are going to, it's a middleware. That is how we actually use middleware in Express.js. So you just need to use app.use and slash to-dos, and you just need to define the to-dos as a second parameter. So basically what we are doing here, if route starts with to-dos, where the Express.js reroutes all those into to-dos router. So let's go ahead and test it out. Now there is some error. Let's see why we are getting this error. So whenever Express.js router encounters this slash to-dos, it goes to this one. Okay, I think we forgot that slash here. So let's add the slash to every path. And let's test it again. Yep, now it's working. So remember, we just need to add the slash as well. So we just need, so the Express.js doesn't add that slash. So we just need to add slash so that it combines. So let's see whether if we add slash here, whether it works or not. Let's see, let's remove the slash from here and let's see whether it works or not. Nope, again we are getting the same error. So basically we need to include that slash in the router. It seems we can't use the slash as a common here So yeah, let's remove here and let's use that way, and let's test it out again. So it's working now. Let's test other three routes as well. We have put, post, and delete URLs as well. Now post call is working. Now this is the delete call. Now delete call also working fine. This is the update call. Update call is also working fine. Now we have done one route handler, and let's go ahead and do two more route handlers, one for history and one for detail. So let's define another route handler for detail under routes folder. So I'm going to name this as tasks-detail.js. Let's copy this whole code and paste it there. So if you go to index.js, we can copy all this. We can shift all these routes to that particular detail. Since we have defined these routes separately, let's use chainable route handlers here. That way we can have a concise code. So copy the whole thing and paste it in the detail. So instead of app, we can use router, since the variable name is router. You don't need the entire path here, so that the path can be defined in the index.js, so that all the detailed routes will be redirected to that particular handler. So copy the to-do/detail and paste it there. So that whenever Express.js look at to-do/detail, it will be redirected to task detail router. So let's go ahead and import. So now we have imported, copy this and paste it in the line number 12. So whenever the Express.js look at the to-do/detail, it will be redirected to task detail router. So change the variable name to router. Yep, now the app starts working again. I think let's go back to the Postman and test all the routes. Now get call is working fine. Let's see, delete call is working fine. Yes, put call also working fine. And now the detail route is done and we just need to do history route. Copy the whole thing and define another route or another file called taskhistory.js. Copy this. Paste it here and go back to here and copy this and paste it there so that we can edit. Yeah, let's edit. Change the name of app to router. Since history doesn't have any other ID, anything else, we can just put slash here or star so that it will accept all the routes. Now let's test this thing out. Oh, sorry, we need to import first. Let's import this. Now all Express.js look at the path. If the path is to do /history and the whole controller will be redirected to task history route handler. And test the history thing in Postman as well. Hit this. Now it's get call is working. Sorry, delete call is working. Let's test the get call. So get call is also working fine. Now the index.js, since let's change something here as well. Since we are using only one file, one line, we don't have a braces there. We can just delete the braces and we can just use lambda function. Yeah, let's remove that. Now, since we are just having only one line in the function, you don't need braces. Let's yep. So if you look at this file now, it looks a lot cleaner and also it is very easy for you to understand what is going on in this file. So if you look at it, the Express.js is listening on port 4000 and also it has 3 different route handlers: task detail, task history and to-dos. And also you can look at the paths clearly. So slash to-dos path, it is going to to-dos. Slash to-do slash detail, it is going to detail page. So that way it is more cleaner and concise. Okay, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we are going to see more advanced topics in the next episodes.